Assalamu alaikum. I am not very much comfortable in Hindi. I will maximum deliver my speech in English. In between I will use Hindi. Please don't mind. पहले तो हम बोलेंगे कि शुक्रगुजारी करना है जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इसका इंतजाम किया है वो बहुत अच्छा किया है, इसका ज़रूरत था और हमको बोलने का मौका दिया, इसलिए आई एम expressing my gratitude to you, the Sariya. Time is very short. Most of the speakers, they have highlighted the provisions of the amendment bill. I will only take 10-15 minutes, but it is very necessary. Why this bill has been brought? इसका मतलब ये बिल क्यों लाया गया? तो इसका कोई भी बिल, कोई भी कानून लाते हैं उसका एक ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है एंड दैट ऑब्जेक्ट इज फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द सिटीजन्स. पूरा बिल 44 अमेंडमेंट्स हैव बीन ब्रॉट बाय द अमेंडमेंट बिल ऑफ 2024. If I read and discuss each and every point, it's not possible. I will first take you through the objective of the bill, because bill लाने के पहले उसका एक मकसद होता है, ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है. वो for good object they have brought this bill. Now how they have and why they have brought this bill, that is to be understood. Only few items of the bill, if I go through, you will understand why this bill has been brought. In the bill itself, it is mentioned that what are the objectives for which the bill has been brought. The bill, they have said that in 2013 the amendments which were brought, those are not for proper appreciation of the Act of 1995. They say that the amendments which were brought in 2013, that is not helpful for the improvement of the Waqf in India. How it is not helpful for improvement of India? That if we discuss each and every points in the bill, then we will understand. इस बिल में ये लोग पहले बोला, क्या बोला देखिए, I am reading it for you. However, during the course of implementation of the Act, it is felt that the Act has not proved effective in improving the administration of Waqf. ये जो बात पहले स्टेटमेंट एंड ऑब्जेक्ट्स के लिए बोला गया है एंड जो किया गया है, these are contradictory to each other. ये लोग बोल रहा कि फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द वर्क वी आर ब्रिंगिंग दिस बिल, बट बिल में जो है, बिल का असलियत जो है, दिस इज नॉट फॉर द इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ द बिल. बिल में क्या क्या है ये तो बहुत है, हम इतना दूर नहीं जाएंगे. फ्यू पॉइंट्स आई विल जस्ट डिस्कस. फर्स्ट, दे हैव ट्राइड टू चेंज द नेम ऑफ द वक्फ. जो वक्फ इज कंटिन्यूइंग सिंस द पीरियड ऑफ द प्रोफेट, for about more than 1400 years, they are trying to change the word Waqf. And our Bengal's Chief Executive Officer Ahsan Sahib, he has told you what is the new change, new name under this bill they are trying to bring in. वो unified Waqf for improvement, etc., etc., etc. This is why. Because the people, they should divert their mind from what is really the Waqf. According to our prophet, Umar Khalif asked Prophet how best a piece of land can be used for human beings. Prophet advised, you tie up the property, use its usufruct and don't let it sold or gifted. Then this will be the best use, as Prophet uttered for the betterment of the humanity, not for Muslim, not for Hindus, not for Christians or any other things. Prophet said this will endure the benefit of the humanity. The broad aspect is involved here. आज एक नया बिल जो ला रहा, इसमें क्या कर रहा, पहले बोल रहा कि वक्फ में 3-4 कैटेगरी कर रहा, एक आगा खानी वक्फ होगा, एक शिया वक्फ होगा, एक बोरा वक्फ होगा. Why this division? This division is not expected in the waqf. Waqf means waqf. Waqf का एक मतलब है, that's why waqf has been created. And ये एक बैड इम्प्रेशन क्रिएट किया कि वक़्फ़ प्रॉपर्टी वक़्फ़ बोर्ड का है. दैट इज ऑल्सो एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. कोई वक़्फ़ बोर्ड का नहीं है, ना गवर्नमेंट का है. वक़्फ़ प्रॉपर्टी उन्हीं का है जो लोग वक़्फ़ किया है, क्योंकि वक़्फ़ उसी का होता है जो लोग एब्सोल्यूट ओनर है. वो एब्सोल्यूट ओनर बन के गिफ्ट किया, ही हैज़ बीन डाइवेस्टेड फ्रॉम द ओनरशिप ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी. नाउ द वक़्फ़ इज प्रिजर्व, इट इज इन रेस्पेक्ट ऑफ पर्टिकुलर वक़्फ़ estate. Waqf estate is the owner of those properties under which properties have been enrolled. Therefore, these properties are neither of the Waqf board nor of the government. Few new insertions have been made in the definition clause. That is to be discussed. Why? First, government property has been discussed. इसका मकसद ये है कि गवर्नमेंट प्रॉपर्टी they are trying to mean that if any property is in possession of government organization, that property in the long run may be treated as the government property. And bill में ये बोल रहा है कि कोई अगर government property है, that property will not be bequeathed, that property will not be made waqf. This is going on since 14 years back. What is waqf? Everybody knows if a person is not the owner, he cannot dedicate the property for waqf. He cannot dedicate the property for any other purpose. He cannot make a gift. Now you are giving a new definition that no waqf by user can be created. No waqf can be created. Verbal waqf, oral waqf you cannot create. If you want to create a waqf, that has to be in writing only. Why this new change? Because in Islam, अब अगर गिफ्ट किया जाए, इन हिंदू लॉ, इफ यू मेक ए गिफ्ट, सो ओनली फॉर गिफ्ट व्हाट यू हैव टू प्रूव इज यू आर द ओनर ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी. टू मेक ए कंप्लीट गिफ्ट यू हैव टू प्रूव दैट यू हैव ट्रांसफर्ड द पोजीशन टू द डोनी एंड डोनी हैज एक्सेप्टेड द गिफ्ट. वक़्फ़ इज नथिंग बट गिफ्ट टू ऑलमाइटी, नॉट ए ह्यूमन बीइंग, बट इट्स ए गिफ्ट टू द ऑलमाइटी अल्लाह. तो इफ दिस गिफ्ट इज in Hindu law is permissible, why this gift will not be permissible in favor of Almighty Allah by an oral gift, by oral declaration? Why writing is necessary? Writing is necessary, maybe we understand writing may be necessary for some other purpose, for the purpose of earning revenue, but that has not been cleared in the act. That could have been said that for this purpose this should be done. Secondly, the bill is a great blunder, which itself shows that they have not understood the concept of waqf. What is waqf? They have not understood. In the new definition they have said, if it is a private waqf or waqf al-awlad, then right of inheritance of the female descendants should be there. They are entitled to inherit the property. A property, from the definition of waqf, we understand once a property is dedicated to Almighty Allah, the owner is divested from the ownership. He has no right over the property. He has to accept the terms and conditions of the deed only. He cannot do anything else. Then if that is so, once a waqf is created, waqf becomes absolute, then can it be heritable? Can any person claim inheritance? Inheritance मतलब क्या है? Inheritance का मतलब यह है, ये पर्सनल प्रॉपर्टी किसी का है, उसमें जिसका जिसका हक बनता है वो हक ले लेगा. So if that is so, if you allow that, then the waqf al-awlad will one day be totally diminished. Waqf का एक background है. Why waqf in India? How these acts have come, that we should understand. But time is very short, that I have told. In 1913, first control of the legislation was enacted in 1913 Act, Waqf Validation Act. Before that, a private waqf which were formed at that time, in some waqf properties, in some waqf deeds, the provisions were like this, that my heirs, legal heirs, son, daughter, granddaughters, they will enjoy the property, and ultimately the ultimate benefit is reserved for the poor people. There was a case in Privy Council, that was in Calcutta also. There, the Privy Council held that these types of waqf cannot be treated to be waqf, they are as good as private property. Then again, legislation brought in 1923 and thereafter 1930, Waqf Validation Act, because that decision was not accepted by the Indian Muslims, that if this decision is to be accepted, then no waqf should remain. Though all these waqfs should be converted into private property. That's why the other deeds were brought and they validated these waqf, that even for a remote purpose, if any benefit is given for the poor, then this will be treated to be waqf, because in Islamic concept, charity begins at home. Prophet ने बोला कि आप अपना घर पहले संभालो, उसके बाद you make a gift or you do charities. So in a waqf, if the charities are for remote purpose, even then that is a valid waqf. That's why these waqf acts were enacted subsequently. Ultimately in Bengal, 1934 Act was enacted, thereafter UP Act was separate, Bihar Act was separate, and to make an uniform waqf laws, then 1954 Central Waqf Act was enacted. Then ultimately 1995 the Central Act was enacted. Now after 1995-2013 amendment, broad amendments were brought. Even thereafter, what was the need for this 224 bill? It is not understood. Oral declaration can if the oral declaration is prohibited, that by oral declaration no waqf can be made, then what will happen for the mosque, Imambara, Eidgah, and the Kabristan and other religious institutions which we are holding for years together? Islam ne bolta hai, or our Islam says that if a property is used for religious or charitable purpose, for immemorial use, for immemorial time, then that property acquires the character of waqf. And that is why the waqf boards, they enroll the property, register the property as waqf. But this is now being tried to disturb. No waqf should be created by oral, there should be no user, there should be inheritance for the private waqf, etc. etc. अगर ये होता है तो I will just give you a touch. What will happen? Nobody has deeply thought about this. What will happen to 1937 Act which was made in British India, that recognizes the Sharia law as far as the Muslims of India are concerned. There, marriage, divorce, inheritance, succession, all these things have been regularized by saying that these branches of law will be governed by the Shariat law, excepting the charitable trust under Religious Endowment Act of 1863. Then if that act is still valid, then what is the harm to keep the concept of waqf according to the Sharia law to survive? That is being throttled now. This is not proper. I believe the person who has drafted the law, he did not consider the background of the waqf. He did not consider the background of the Islamic laws, because the Islamic laws, source of Islamic law is Quran, Sunnah and traditions, etc. So we are deriving these personal laws on the basis of customs which we have been following since long, and they are trying to destroy it. That is not proper. In the bill they have also sought to amend the character of the properties. What will happen today if there is a property, you have dedicated the property even by a registered deed or by oral declaration, and that is recognized as waqf. Then if you make an application before the waqf board that this property should be registered as a waqf, what they have proposed, this is a dangerous proposition. Each and every application has to be sent to the collector of the district concerned. If that application is sent to the collector of the district concerned, he will verify whether there is any justification for creating the waqf or not, whether there is justification to register that waqf or not. then ultimately one day will come when no property will be registered as Waqf by the board. Why the board should be directed? State government has to direct the board to forward the application. Once the collector gives a clearance that yes, this can be registered as a Waqf, then you can go ahead for registration of Waqf. In this way, there will be no Waqf in India one day, which we should not see, and we have to register. And that's why I am thankful to Imarat Sharia, who has at least organized this type of seminar or conference to make people aware of the Amendment Act, whether it is harmful or beneficial for our community or not. I must say that there is a big conspiracy going on everywhere. We should not be a party to the conspiracy. For a larger interest of the society, if necessary, we will not take law in our own hand. We are all at a nation where rule of law is prevailing, and whatever is necessary we will do through our courts, our constitution, because constitution says that no law, I will conclude, I can take 2 minutes.
1 minute.
If you make any law which contravenes the provisions of constitution and particularly fundamental rights, this is clearly stated in Article 13 of our constitution, that state cannot make any law which is contravening the provisions of chapter 3 of the constitution. And if that law is enacted and one goes to the court, because courts are the guardians of constitution, they will uphold the constitution, I am sure this law will be held to be ultra vires and set aside. There will be no such amendment, and there will be no Waqf law in like this dangerous time in future. Thank you very much.